Welcome to my channel. Join me on an exhilarating story which happened in the Vietnam War in 1967, in which the United States fought against the communist-backed North Vietnam in East Asia. Meet the most famous U.S. Marine sniper legend Carlos Norman Hathcock, nicknamed White Feather by the communist Viet Cong. The famous U.S. Marine sniper White Feather Carlos Norman Hathcock II is a military legend for his precise precision in killing at least 93 enemy soldiers in the Vietnam War from long distances. Carlos, born in 1942 in Little Rock, Arkansas, was raised by his grandparents when his parents divorced as a child. He began hunting with his dog in the woods at a young age, using an outdated one-shot .22 caliber rifle to support the family. He enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps at 17 years old, fulfilling his lifelong desire of becoming one. He received basic training at Camp Perry on Lake Erie in Ohio. It was the ideal setting for Carlos to enhance his shooting skills and win the Wimbledon Cup for long-range shooting in 1965. His skill won him many championship shooting matches that needed pinpoint precision from 1,000 yards range. His deadly skills were used after sniper training in South Vietnam. For his sniping career, Carlos favored the standard U.S. Marine rifle, the bolt-action Winchester Model 70 in the .3006 caliber. The rifle included a 5-shot magazine and an 8x telescopic sight. Occasionally, he adapted a Browning .50 caliber heavy machine gun and installed a telescopic sight. This weapon, almost 5 feet long and weighing under 130 pounds when tripod mounted, was bulky and cumbersome. However, under some conditions, this weapon's powerful bullet cannot be equaled for range and lethality. In 1967, Carlos achieved a world record for the longest-range sniper kill, shooting a Viet Cong guerrilla hauling firearms on a pushbike at 2,500 yards, about 1.5 miles. A Canadian sniper in Afghanistan broke this record 35 years later in 2002. Carlos had a powerful reputation in Vietnam. As a skilled sniper, he earned the nickname White Feather, named after the white feather on his bush hat band. Carlos entered a zen-like state of full focus, in which every breeze and leaf held significance. He killed the Apache woman, a vicious Viet Cong squad leader. Although a Vietnamese platoon captain, interrogator, and sniper with numerous kills, she was primarily known for her torture methods. Apache enjoyed flaying U.S. Marine captives alive. This was done near the U.S. base so they could hear her victims' screams. Carlos, fed up, decided to eliminate her, despite the obvious counter-sniper trap. The enemy were so fearful of White Feather that they placed a $30,000 bounty on his head, worth over $250,000 today, for anyone who murdered him. This was the largest bounty on a U.S. sharpshooter during the war. Numerous opposing snipers attempted to claim the bounty, but were defeated and killed by the merciless hunter. His most memorable kill was a sniper named Cobra, an expert enemy sniper. Carlos saw the sniper's sight sparkle while tracking the Cobra. Keeping the Winchester Model 70 crosshairs on it, he pressed the trigger. The bullet passed past the sniper's telescopic scope and hit his eye socket, killing him instantaneously. At 1,500 yards from a hilltop, he shot a 12-year-old Viet Cong guerrilla carrying guns and ammo on a bicycle to an enemy patrol. Without action, he feared the firearms would be used on his fellow Marines, and he did not want to harm men or children. He blasted the bicycle's front wheel with a .50 calories, sending the child somersaulting over the handlebars. The boy didn't flee after the warning shot, after firing an AK-47 at Carlos. The boy was shot by Carlos. He regretted this action his whole life, killing a child. Carlos volunteered for a mission days before his first deployment ended. This operation intended to kill a North Vietnamese general in his jungle headquarters. He had to shoot at 800 yards or less without a spotter. This job involved removing his white feather from his hat. Carlos shot and killed the general with a shot to the chest as he exited the plantation home and approached his Jeep automobile. No one saw the muzzle flash, and no patrols followed. Carlos was officially credited with 93 sniper kills. Several hundred additional kills were likely unaccounted for due to the strict procedure requiring an officer and spotter to witness the kill. His combat career ended abruptly in 1969 when his LVT-5 amphibious armored fighting vehicle hit a mine near his Marine base due to highway driving. Despite the vehicle catching fire, Carlos bravely rescued fellow Marines, despite the likelihood of the vehicle's munitions exploding. Carlos sustained severe burns. In severe condition, he was airlifted to a neighboring hospital ship and later transferred to a Tokyo Naval Hospital. He returned to America for burns hospital treatment in San Antonio, Texas. After being wounded in action, he won the Purple Heart Medal, but it wasn't until 30 years later that his bravery was recognized with the Silver Star. It took months to heal his burns. After returning to active service, he spent several years in the U.S., establishing the Marine Corps Sniper School at Quantico, Virginia. In 1975, he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, leading to a decline in his health over the next 4 years. In 1979, at 37 years old and a gunnery sergeant, he was forced to retire 55 days short of 20 years of service owing to medical reasons. He died of multiple sclerosis in 1999. His death occurred at 56. The Marine Corps Sniper Museum in Quantico, Virginia, displays Carlos' original military-issue sniper rifle. Thanks for viewing my video. Please like and subscribe to express your appreciation.